Welcome back, Lords Mobile fans. Thank you very much for joining me, and starting this one off, we have a pretty juicy Griffin pull on the Loco Griffin trap. So I'm just checking my talents, checking the formation there before I switch into war gear. Here we go, and now I'm going to be hitting that homer bind, pulling those troops home, and getting ready to unshelter the leader. And then once I've unsheltered the leader, all that's left to do is random relocate away, pulling all of those marches of T4 to their doom. And it really is incredible, in 2020 people are still falling for a Griffin trap as convincingly as this. And unfortunately with this one, I haven't managed to capture any leaders, and I won't be setting up any Griffin victims for the guild to rally. But really, just some incredible losses. They came over, they were not hesitant in the slightest, chucking out the T4 like there was no tomorrow, and I'm wondering just how much they regret that now. Of course, with the Sanctuary update, a lot of these troopers will end up in their Sanctuary, and they will be able to heal them back. But I've had T4 in the Sanctuary from that Baron Griffin pool, and it is an absolute grind to get T4 back. It really does take some time. And that being said, I can't even imagine how long it takes to get 1.2 million T4 out of the Sanctuary. And now, moving on, we have the legendary Hardy with a rally just about to walk on a 398 million might player in familiar gear. This guy's only got 46 million kills. He's looking very offline. We're hoping that we don't see that gear swap, and it's not looking like he's coming online. This is not going to be good for him. And Hardy gets the barbecue lit. I'm excited to jump in and have a look at the report, and this should be beautiful. Let's have a look. A 78 million might drop, 2 million reds, and this absolute lemon has got a pretty much pure T4 troop comp. What is he even thinking? It's not going to be good taking a rally with a troop comp like that. Even if he was online and in gear, still going to hurt a lot. So we're going to get that second rally set, and in it goes. He's still in familiar gear, and I'm going to be trying to chuck out an infantry solo here. I don't know why. I've only got 186k, and I'm a slowpoke anyway. I should have just concentrated on recording it, but nevertheless I try. ChaCha tries, and the rally hits. We see the fire burn. I waste a winged boot, and I hit nothing. So 103 million might drop, 3.8 million reds, leaving only 790k to get mopped up by whoever got the solo first. And I wish that guy all the best with the rebuild. That was absolutely brutal. Really awesome job by Hardy, and all of size matters, leaving him at 246 mil. And moving on, I've taken the ChaCha main account over to the guild 100. I'm just looking to get some experience leading some rallies and get some content, maybe causing some death for some noobs. And so we have this guy, he's in Fury, he was scouting around, we've tested him, and the troops didn't walk home. So I'm going to do spamming the carpets, 191 mil, he's got some pretty dodgy war gear, and he random relocates away. Let's have a look. Only had 1.2 million troopers, unfortunately, so a little bit of a waste on those carpets. But nevertheless, it was a good experience. I was hoping he had a little bit more, and when I saw him not hiding, and after that test march, it really gave me a little bit of false hope, and I have no idea why he didn't hide. It would have saved me some carpets if he did, and he would have saved some troopers. But moving on, I was praying for a better target, and the IGG gods heard my prayers. 4.7 million troopers, the majority of that being T4. And this guy has only got one infirmary, so 4.7 million troops, monster hunt gear, and one infirmary. This should be absolutely savage. So I'm going to be sending a range rally. I didn't actually test his front line, but he's in monster hunt gear. He's only got sprinkles of T2, so this really isn't going to cause me any problems. Just hitting some carpets in case he was going to shield. I was so excited to see this one hit. I would have been so devastated. But the fire burns, I was absolutely doing the ChaCha around my room. A 70 million might drop, over 2 million reds. And as you can see from the report, he still has 2.1 million troopers, and pretty much 100% of those troopers are range. So I'm switching into infantry talents, chucking a infantry solo, and this should be awesome. It's really going to hurt because he's only got range left, and he of course is still sat there in monster hunt gear. So this infantry solo comes in, gets him burning again, of course, causing a 20 million might drop, 913k reds, and it's going to need a little bit more persuasion, so I'm going to speed that one home, get another one out there, and I was really enjoying this. Another 17 million might drop, 870k reds, leaving 300k for anyone else to mop up, and that was me done. And I was doing the ChaCha. That is for sure a beautiful zero, one of the best I have ever done, and really my first ever proper rally. 408 mil all the way down to 292 mil, and I wish him all the very best. And a massive shout out to the amazing Guild 100 for not only housing me but filling every rally I start, no problem and no questions asked. And moving on, we have the most incredible bit of footage I think I've ever seen in my life. It's going to take a little bit of explaining, but don't worry, we're going to get through this, and it's going to take a little while. So what happened is Ego has found a 610 million might player with a chief title, so we're assuming he is out of talents, and he's sent all types of troops at him, and cavalry did the most damage. And now Ego is sending leaderless marches of T4 and T2 with all of his familiars and his heroes, and that means that he's doing a fair bit of damage because he's countering this guy. This guy is obviously pretty big at 610 mil, he's going to have quite a lot of core might, but he's got some troops and he is clearly in infantry flanks, and he is dropping some kills. You can see a 3 million drop there in the chat, 135k kills, and I haven't even sped this up. Of course I edited out some of the healing, but this is genuinely how quick Ego was moving. He knows he's got to do this quick. He knows this guy has probably been online not too long ago, so he's got to be as fast as possible because he could just come back online and all of these T2 losses and all of this resource could be completely wasted. But at this point he's already filled his beds. Every single hit Ego is giving him pure reds, and he's got through into his T4. You can tell by the might drops now, he's actually hitting T4, and now he is going to try a leaderless range march because he thinks that this guy has no infantry left, and of course the cav is going to step forward, and he went from 59 million might down to 53. And so this guy started off at 610 mil, and he's already down to just over 550 million might. And Ego is seriously getting to the point now where he has wiped out all of his infantry with those leaderless cav marches, and now he's sending leaderless range marches and getting rid of all of the cav as well. And you can see on that last hit, an 11 million might drop, we are getting seriously close to seeing a walkback. And when I got sent this footage, I was completely gobsmacked. There you go, the walkback is there. You can see this guy actually had T5 as well. He's got barely any T2 left. All of those leaderless marches have wiped it all. And now he is sending a range with his leader, as if this even happened. 610 million might. And now we see the fire burn. He's only got 1.2 million troops left. And all of those leaderless hits in speed gear, Ego actually hit that one in speed gear, even though it was with his leader. What a legend, and he still burns him, gives him a load of losses. Then he actually switches gear for this one and does a 21 million might drop. Absolutely brutal. I can't comprehend logging into this one. This guy logged out after boosting troopers with the chief title in Monster Hunt gear. His guild got no notifications because we never set a rally, so he was never going to get any help or called from his guild unless someone saw him being soloed. And 50 plus solos later, he is completely zeroed. One of the final marches coming in, the last range march from Ego, a momentous march. After all of that hard work, all of those T2 losses, he has now zeroed this guy by doing leaderless solos, grinding him all the way down. He did have an anti-scout, of course, so there you go, 610 mil, and by the end of it, Ego did give him some kills. He's up to 38 mil kills, but down to 476 million might, and he's going to be needing to keep that chief title, that is for sure. Honestly, that is one of the most incredible things I've ever seen, and a big shout out to Ego for sharing that one with us. And moving on, we have a good old Griffin pool. Hopefully I can set up a Griffin target for the guild. I did actually switch into war gear there. I was thinking about unsheltering the leader, but in the end I decided not to. Just watching that first march so I can pull the troops home in time to gobble that one up. So home they come. All that's left to do is random relocate away. Not pulling out the leader for that one, decided I didn't need it because this is all T4 infantry, and even if they are sending their leader, they're usually sending out of gear, so it's really no problem. And hitting an anti, porting back in, random relocating away, and getting one more march of T4, that's a real treat. Just flicking through these reports, some really nice hits in there, and some T5, look at that, lovely, thank you very much. And again, 2020 and people are still relentlessly falling for Griffin traps. This guild didn't even think twice when they spotted that resource coming over, some of them using an army size boost and one of them sending a T5 march as well. So it's just incredible how people just continue to be greedy. And here we have the absolutely incredible Ranger, one of the many awesome rally leads at Size Matters, and he is going to be rallying this guy whether he likes it or not. And he does actually manage to cap Ranger, but down 40 million might, an absolutely brutal smack, 160 million might in that battle, 4.3 killed and injured troops, so I think he took the wrong reins and took a really big slap, definitely took some losses. And even though he released Ranger, he actually executed Ranger rather, it doesn't matter to us. You are in Fury, you are leaderless, and you are gonna try and take another rally, and fair play to him, he doesn't burn, but we knock him down to 394 mil and actually get the walk back, so we'll get to see the report and also get to see what this guy has got left. He's got 5.1 million troopers left, 1 million reds on that one, and it was actually a range rally from Loco, so taking it in cavalry flanks was not the best of ideas. Moving on, we have a 281 million might target, and just as the rally moves towards him, he actually randomly relocates, pulls it in, and takes a 62 million might drop, leaving only 550k survived. Absolutely awesome from Hardy as per usual. And what's really crazy about that guy random relocating is that he was in infantry formation, he random relocates as soon as the rally is released, and it was actually a cav rally, so it really would have done him some good to actually have a look what was coming towards him. But he takes the biggest lemon in this video award for sure. Look at that, a green and a grey hero on his wall. And now all that's left to do is Drakey and Chun coming in, getting the solos in there and mopping up whatever was left. And he should now be completely zeroed, bless his heart. A really awesome zero from everyone at Size Matters, and Drakey getting the zero complete at the end, wrapping things up nicely for this one. Thank you very much for watching, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you very soon.